Mutthead.com. Welcome back to Zan's Corner. This week on the show, we're going to talk about C routes and how you guys could start to work these into your offense in Madden 20. So let's go ahead and take the field here. I'm going to go ahead and place the ball on the left hash mark for the sake of a point of reference check. So we're on the 50-yard line. And what I want to show you that there are basically two primary types of C routes that you will see in most plays. Now, there are more than two types of C routes across the game. You'll see some that break really, really flat, some that are super exaggerated, but these are the two primary C routes. I'm going to call them, for the sake of this video, the yellow one and the red one. Now, the red one actually has nothing to do with, you just have to look for corner strike plays or C routes that are red. Red just means it's the primary read on the play. But for the sake of this play, the red route in the play corner strike is a different C route than the yellow route in corner strike. So what you can see here is that when we run this ball with the yellow C route to the short side of the field, what you're going to notice is that this route, if you look at the actual numbers on the field, the 50, 40, 30, and you draw an imaginary line dissecting them down the middle, you can see that the yellow C route breaks to the outside half of the numbers. It basically runs up the outside half of the numbers. Whereas if we were to flip this play and put the red C route on this short side of the field, you see that the red C route breaks up the inside half of the numbers. This is going to be so important to remember because not all C routes are equal. So we're going to go ahead and show you a cover 3 defense here with a curl flat zone. Let's first show the yellow C route. What you'll notice here is that that purple zone is going to drop, drop, drop. He's going to cover that C route. We have to throw the ball to our tight end in the flat. Very, very easy, right? That is because the route, as Ant Cap on Playbook GG talks about, every zone has a grid. So basically what we're talking about with this purple zone is that he's got a grid that says, okay, if this route breaks vertically or he breaks into my grid, I have to respect that. So he stays underneath that. So basically what we're saying here is that him running this route in this area of the field up this portion of the numbers, I'm sorry, it's rather, with the player, it's up this portion of the numbers, basically the outside portion. This is in that purple zone's grid. So you've got this grid, this imaginary box that a purple zone is going to guard that I'm kind of trying to loosely trace here. He's basically in this grid, so he has to respect that threat. So he sinks underneath it, forcing the check down, right? So then what we end up with is, if we were to say flip this play, now we have a red C route. I want you to watch what the exact same defense does with a red C route. See how this works? We could throw that ball and make that toe tap grab and set it in front of a cover 3. The red C route does not get matched by the outside third like a traditional corner would. So now all of a sudden we see that we are able to kind of manipulate this purple zone, because now he's dropping and this route is now running in a different area of the grid. He's running out here in this area, outside, basically to the inside of the numbers, before he breaks out over the top. Now that purple zone's not sinking underneath it. So that's very important to remember. It's all about where the route runs in the grid. So we'll go ahead and show you kind of the same thing here. I'm going to move the ball to the other side of the field. Now, obviously, we got Gilmore over there, so Gilmore might jump the throw, so don't worry about that so much. But let's go ahead and show you. We got the yellow C route. Watch the purple zone. He's going to drop underneath it, underneath it, underneath it. Now we have to throw our check down, and we just take about 6 yards on the check down with Brady, right? Now we're going to go ahead and flip the play. So the red C route is on that side. Now watch how it plays. He goes straight to that flat. Boom, we throw Edelman. Now again, I told you watch out for Gilmore. Gilmore didn't make the play right there, but you see that that was open. Super important to remember. It's one of the most important things that you can know about routes is how different zones are affected, short and wide side of the field. Where does this break in a zone defender's grid? Me personally, you guys know that I've always been kind of a balanced player. I like to just run progression reads, one in the flat, 2 on the outcut, 3 over the top. That's my style. I take the first guy that's open. I read the field a certain way. I take a pre-snap read, single high. Okay, here's my setup. I'm going to take 1 if he's open, 2 next, 3 next. That's how I've always played. Ant Cap on Playbook.gg has this other mentality. He's got this grid style mentality of manipulating zone coverage and getting guys open. And this is something that I'm learning over time, and it's developing me as a passer. Like, I'm definitely not the best passer in the world, but taking this approach that Ant Cap has kind of taught me on playbook.gg has allowed me to progress as a passer and learn these things for myself as well. So again, we'll go ahead and illustrate that. Watch this red zone, or this red route and how it breaks. You see how we're able to throw that? It's very, very easy pitch and catch against a cover 3 defense. Now, we all know that cover 3 defenses this year, the outside thirds match corner routes. Well, the C route is basically a corner route. It's just got an inside release. So it's important to have that far inside release where the purple zone can't guard it. And then that out cut just doesn't get matched by the outside third because it's not the same as a regular corner route coming from a slot receiver. So that's why this gets open against cover 3 and a regular corner route would not. So let's go ahead and take this a step further. We all know that obviously these routes get over the top of, they're also going to go over the top of cloud flats. I did not mention that, but you could test this for yourself and shade it, and you'll see the exact same results. Now, obviously, you might have to run pull routes for the outside third because cloud flats drop deeper than purple zones, but you will be able to fit that throw in. Where this is going to be weak is going to be against like your man-to-man coverage. So what I want to do here is I want to go back through, I'm going to call man-to-man here out of the big dime, which is the same formation we were just in. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you these C routes, right? So here's your man coverage. We got the yellow C route. Yellow C route's not going to get open against man-to-man. I mean, you see that he hugs it. You know, we throw it. We almost fit the throw in. That's not a throw you want to live by, right? Because it's a catch, a dice roll, catch and traffic animation. You might not hold on to the ball. Now we'll go ahead and flip the play, show you the red C route. It's going to be basically the exact same result. I mean, he may look open, we go to throw it, and then the guy makes up range, he swats it, right? Very, very tough. Yes, you could probably throw the route open, but then you're risking, that fluky dice roll where they react on the throw. So boom, I try to throw him open. You see right there, he picks it off, right? You may think, okay, just throw the ball earlier. It's not that simple. So now it's important to go back. I want to go ahead and go straight back into what we were talking about here. So I'm going to go back to the play call menu, and I'm going to show you something that you may not have known about the Hot Route Master. So the Hot Route Master in this year's game, outside receivers will run C routes. So let's go ahead and compare. We have the yellow C route. We have the red C route, and then we have what I'm going to show you here is the Hot Route Master C route, or the corner route. Take a look at that. It's the exact same C route in terms of where it breaks against zone as the red one. So I'm going to reset my play. Let me flip it. That's the red C route stock on the play. Now I'm going to show you the Hot Route Master C route. How do you know it's the Hot Route Master C route? Well, you could also see that that route has an option route in it. It actually has an option to run an out cut, and that's going to be super valuable against man-to-man. But let's go ahead and show you here. Here's regular cover 3 again. It's going to work the exact same way. It's going to break to the inside, pull down the curl flat defender. Boom, we throw that ball to the outside, make your possession catch, pick up your gain of about 15, 20 yards. Super easy, right? So now we showed you that man-to-man counters it. Let's go to man-to-man. So we know that C routes get bagged by man-to-man. That's where the beauty of the Hot Route Master C route lies, because it's an option route. If it's man-to-man, he's not going to run a C route. He's going to run an out route. So boom, runs the out route, we rack it, we pick up, not quite 15 to 20, but we're talking 12 to 15 yards on this route. So now we're in a situation where if your opponent wants to get cute and think, okay, he's just throwing C routes on me, well, the Hot Route Master C route has better utility in Madden because it can actually beat zone, but it also torches man because it's got an option out cut. If you think about option routes, option running back routes out of the backfield where it's a curl or an out route, those torch man. When you think about the play stick, there's a lot of stick plays where that inside tight end runs a hitch against zone and he runs an out route against man. That gets open. Option routes that have out cuts against man-to-man get open. They just really do. Now, obviously, if I were to try this against, say, like Gilmore, let me go ahead and run like man-to-man over here with Gilmore. Gilmore is a little bit different. I mean, you're going to see right here, if I try to do this with Edelman, he might get open, but he also might get bagged. I mean, you see right there, that's dangerous. A shutdown corner with man-up ability or whatever, it can put a stop to this. Fortunately for you guys, it's a run meta. Therefore, most people are probably not going to be doing man-up on their secondary, so you'll be able to make these throws consistently. So at least that tip applies for the meta. But at least now what you can see is, let's say that your opponent is running like hybrid coverages are probably going to be the answer to this. Let's just go ahead and put that to rest right now. Hybrid coverages, if your opponent knows what they are doing, hybrid coverages can put a stop to this. So let's say that they man up within cover 3. I go to my hot route master C route. He's going to read the man coverage on him. He's going to make that out cut. But you see that curl flat can still get there and kind of make that catch tackle. So now you're back into dice roll land again. So I just wanted to make that clear. That will be the counters. Obviously play cloud flats or curl flats and then individually man up the hot route master C route. That's the biggest thing you could do to kind of slow down this tactic. But I don't think you're going to face too many people that are going to do this to you or be willing to, because at some point then they're giving up other routes for touchdowns if they're having to man up and take away deep zones. So hopefully this video was informational for you guys. Let me know what you guys think about it. These are the types of things that we pay attention to on the website at playbook.gg. Want to give you kind of a look behind the curtain at the type of labbing that we do to better teach you guys the game and help you guys move the ball, because we do know that this is a tougher game to pass in than years past. Plus the run game is so powerful that why pass anyways? But we're always looking at ways to try to teach you guys to kind of give yourself more depth within your game. So let us know what you guys thought of the video, and we'll see you guys next week.